January transfer window is fast approaching, and with the transfer window approaching, we have to talk about 7 players that are desperate to leave their current club. Now, the last one is going to be an honorable mention, so let's wait until that part, and you guys let me know if you have anyone to add in this list that I am talking about, because in this list we are going to be talking about the person, the club, why I believe that they need a move out of their current club at the moment, especially in January transfer window. So without further ado, let's get into this and let's talk about the 7 players that are desperately in need for leaving their club. First, first one is Gabriel Jesus of Arsenal. We know for a fact that he's just coming back from an ACL injury. But the truth about this situation when it comes to Gabriel Jesus is the fact of how much he has dropped down the pecking order. Gabriel Jesus is no longer the Arsenal's attacking reference point, and we need to understand that injuries, the lack of end product, the tactical evolution that we have seen Arteta take on while he was on the injured reserve or on the doctor's desk has truly been a difference maker in his career at Arsenal. Right now, what you're looking at is Gabriel Jesus will probably be rotation at best at Arsenal. You're looking at Kai Havertz, probably their number 1 striker in my opinion, and then you're looking at Victor Gyökeres. You're then looking at the makeshift maestro of Mikel Merino playing in the number 9 role, and then finally in the 4th place you then see Gabriel Jesus. And so in that idea, you have to look at it. Gabriel Jesus is not in the Brazilian squad, and we know that this is a World Cup year, and one thing is for sure, Brazil are lacking number 9s. They are lacking number 9s, and so Richarlison doing well at Tottenham Hotspur in terms of scoring goals. Gabriel Jesus not being able to play within over almost a year now. He needs the minutes. And so if it means him leaving on loan, he should. Because Gabriel Jesus has, I think, 1 more year in his contract. His contract expires in 2027, and so in my mind it is good for Arsenal to cash in right now for Gabriel Jesus, get something, recoup something from the 45 million pounds that you guys bought him from Manchester City. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this. If Gabriel Jesus is somebody that is perfectly fine in that position and does not need to leave Arsenal. Second person definitely has to be Ronald Araújo. Now, the reason why Ronald Araújo is on this list, it's not because of what he did against Chelsea, getting that rash red card. One thing is for sure, Ronald Araújo is having a torrid time at Barcelona. Captain of Barcelona, just signed a new contract. We all know that, and he is a talented defender. But I truly believe that Ronald Araújo needs a change of scenery. This is absolutely a need at this point, because we are already seeing that he needed a break from football. And in that situation, we need Ronald Araújo to just go into a sense of newness, a sense of renewed love for the game, a sense of renewed passion, a sense of renewed love from the fans that he's probably not going to get at Barcelona because of the fatigue of the bad decisions that we have seen him get through this Barcelona's team. And of course, in this situation, you're looking at the contract extension that he has gotten. Unclear sporting project that it's truly going to be a difference for Ronald Araújo in my mind if he leaves Barcelona. And the truth about it is that Barcelona were looking at getting rid in the summer. He chose not to leave because of his love for Barcelona, and so of course he signed a new contract in January, like I already said. But I believe he needs a new vibe, a new space, a new energy around him, just so we can absolutely see the best out of Ronald Araújo. The third one in this list has to be Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling has not played for Chelsea since March, if I'm not mistaken, March or May of 2024, and we are going into 2026. That is almost 2 years of not playing for the club that signed you from Manchester City. This is truly a remarkable feat. Chelsea have not been able to find a club that Raheem Sterling would be able to go and play for. That right there is ridiculous. Raheem Sterling is becoming a forgettable face in the world football. We know for a fact that Raheem is good enough to play for some of these clubs that play in the Premier League. Definitely good enough to play in the likes of AC Milan and people like that. Definitely good enough to play in Saudi. So we need to get this guy out of Chelsea, out of the doghouse, out of Cobham, because for somebody that has been this good, for somebody that has had a legacy, how would I put it? A ring of honor, a Hall of Fame career when it comes to football, he should not be sitting down on the reserves bench of Chelsea, not be sitting down in Cobham, not training with the first team. It definitely is something that we need to see resolved this January. Another Chelsea reject and a World Cup finalist at one point for France. His name is Axel Disasi. Now, it is truly going to be a sad day for me to see somebody that Didier Deschamps went to in the final hours of the final of the World Cup against Argentina to still be literally playing in the under-21s at Chelsea. That is definitely not the way it meant to be. He has no defined role, no confidence when it comes to his rotation or even chances to play in Enzo Maresca's team. The defensive system clearly suits him far better. He should just leave. Just leave. And I think going to the likes of AC Milan, going to the likes of Inter Milan, going outside the Premier League and going to play for someone that has a slower league in order for him to regain his confidence, regain the ability to actually play football. Because what we saw in Axel Disasi played for Monaco was truly remarkable. He came to Chelsea, did well, and then lost his place when everything kind of helter-skelter. And that right there is the other person in this list. Axel Disasi has to leave Chelsea this January. Fourth, but not definitely the list in this situation, well, this is the fifth one, is Phillips. Kalvin Phillips, the Yorkshire Pillah. I know it's crazy to think about. This dude apparently is still in Manchester City. I do not understand how this is still going on. There was a point in time where his name was the first name on the England team sheet, and now he cannot even buy. He cannot buy a second on the pitch. It truly is devastating. He cannot buy a second on the pitch. And I truly believe that he needs to change scenery. Just like Ronald Araújo, he needs to leave Manchester City, go and play football somewhere else, not have the ability or the thought process of going back to Manchester City. It is not working. It did not work. The move from Leeds to City was one of the worst things that he could have ever done. I know hindsight is definitely 2026. However, it's something that he needs to do for his career, to just get back to playing football, to just get back to the Kalvin Phillips that we loved at Leeds. And then we go into the next one, and that got to be Joshua Zirkzee. Joshua Zirkzee, Manchester United player, has definitely seen and shown the talent that we thought that we were buying from Bologna. He's someone that is a talented footballer, just does not fit the system that Manchester United plays. Ruben Amorim is a person that wants intensity pressing, fast running, and the ability to run in behind. And Joshua Zirkzee is not just that kind of striker. He's not just that kind of striker. And in my mind, Joshua Zirkzee can definitely use a change of scene, can definitely use a manager that would be able to create a system around Joshua Zirkzee. Because when you do that, you see the talent that he can get and he can bring into a team. We have seen Thiago Motta do the same thing that I'm just talking about to Joshua Zirkzee at Bologna. And that's the reason why Manchester United saw and said, whoa, we need to go get this guy because he's that talented. And we brought him to Manchester United. However, we then switched up the program. We switched up the program. and brought Amorim. And in that Amorim system, he just does not fit. You're looking at confidence in terms of his fragility. He's so fragile confidence-wise right now. His role is totally unclear because he can play the number 9, but then you see Benjamin Sesko comes into the game. Mateus Cunha comes in and he's definitely the third man to then come in if we're looking for a goal. And that right there, for a striker, for somebody that did so well at Bologna, you have other options. Go back to Italy, go to Rome, go to Roma, enjoy your football and show us that you are a baller yet again. And so a loan move, a permanent move can just be the thing that he needs. Maybe a calmer situation where he can focus and then just play football and do the things that he loves, creating beautiful situations and beautiful clips for us to enjoy. That right there would work for Joshua Zirkzee. We have already seen it work for Rasmus Højlund, even though he decided that in United might be the best way to go. However, go ahead and do you're enjoying your career and you're winning trophies, and that is what we want for you. Good luck in that situation. And I think this is definitely what these players need. First and foremost, I'm going to say it. These players are not bad players. They are not bad players whatsoever. I think these are all good players and can contribute in some way and some form to a team. However, the team that they are currently in right now do not need their services, and I think that they would do better in just going elsewhere and playing football and just getting back to what they love the most. And now, final and one honorable mention. This is not a player that I want to leave the team that he's playing for. I do not believe that it is going to be nice for us to get rid of this player because of his talent that we have seen in the past few years. And that right there is Kobbie Mainoo. Kobbie Mainoo in January needs, at this point, he needs to find a loan move. Now, I truly believe that Kobbie Mainoo is better served at Manchester United. I believe that, and I also believe that in this situation, the reason why he's not playing is because of the lack of a suitable partner for Kobbie Mainoo. Kobbie Mainoo is a world-renowned player when the ball is on his feet. However, when it's not on his feet, he lacks a lot of things, and those things can only be covered when you get a player like the likes of Carlos Baleba, somebody that has the engine to cover the spaces. The likes of João Gomes of Wolves has the engine to cover your weak and cover all the spaces that you are going to leave in behind, so we can unlock the abilities of Kobbie Mainoo. So I believe and I hope that's the reason why he's not concrete on this list. But I truly hope that Kobbie Mainoo stays at Manchester United and believes this system, believes in this manager, and we do our best to go get somebody that can unlock this beautiful gem that we have in Kobbie Mainoo. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that follow button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Merry Christmas, everybody. If you are celebrating, and if you are not celebrating, have a lovely Christmas and lovely festive season. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.